Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the African Jumbie. If it's your first time here, guys, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and leave a comment, guys. So today we are going to talk about the residency in Tanzania. Yeah, now, many people come here to Tanzania, right? And let's face it, when you live in North America or you're living like Europe or whatever, and you want to come to Africa, many of us want to know that we are going to a country that offer us the number one thing on our list: security. Hands down, security, right? So we want to know that if we relocate into Africa, the country of our choice gives us security. And Tanzania offer that. Tanzania is a peaceful country, Tanzania is a stable country, and Tanzania is a safe country. So for that reason, guys, many people are attracted to Tanzania. And many people pick up and come to Tanzania without doing research. And without at least visiting Tanzania first. And if it's the one thing, guys, you know that I'm an advocate for not just picking up and come to Africa to settle here. Many people have made that mistake and they have to leave, right? So if you know that you want to move to Africa, you should know what type of lifestyle do you want in Africa. Do you want to live semi-rural? Do you want to live rural? Or do you want to live in the urban area? For me, I live semi-rural, right? But in another video, I'm going to get into that when I do a video about like budget in Africa, yeah? So guys, for that reason, many people are attracted to Tanzania. Tanzania is a beautiful country. The landscape of this country, I always say, is breathtaking, right? It is so beautiful when you travel this country by road. You just get on a bus and you ride on a bus for 20 hours, guys, and you look at the landscape of how beautiful this country is. Staying in Dar es Salaam, you're not going to see the beauty of Tanzania, but getting out of the cities is how you experience the beauty of what it is to be living in Tanzania, right? So many people come here to Tanzania, and after being here, they realize what it takes to live here long term. Tanzania don't want you to stay in the country long term. They want you to come, visit, and leave, right? Like, can you stay here long term? Yes, you can. But, right? So if you know that, okay, I want to come to Tanzania and I want to make Tanzania my home, you could, but there are certain things that you have to do. You can only remain in Tanzania long term if you do business here, right? So if you know that, okay, you want to do some form of business, you're going to come to Tanzania, you're going to get your business registered and set up like we discussed in our previous video, and this is the only way you can remain in Tanzania long term, right? So let's try and get into it so at least you can understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, you want to come here, you have your business visa, you come to Tanzania, you register your company, you have all your documents to do business here, you start doing business here. You can remain in Tanzania with the BV visa on a 90-day period at a time, right? If you come with a regular tourist visa, it's only for like 30 days. But if you have a business visa, guys, you still have to exit Tanzania every 90 days, every 3 months, and you have to come back, right? But by then you'll have all of your documentation, so you can show them, hey, I'm doing business here, my business is registered, and this is what I'm doing, right? So now, guys, how to obtain a residency in Tanzania. So once you have a business set up, right, you can apply for a residency. Residency has to be renewed every 2 years. So for example, if you come here and you apply for residency now, this is April 2024, in April 2026 you'll have to reapply for residency again, right? And the cost of residency here is $2,050 US every 2 years. Right now, having a residency permit in Tanzania, you still have to exit Tanzania every 90 days, right? But re-entering Tanzania now becomes a lot easier than if you don't have residency and if you don't have a business like set up here. So having residency in Tanzania, guys, listen very carefully, because a lot of people still make that mistake. Having residency in Tanzania, you still have to exit the country every 90 days and come back, right? Now, what are the process of getting residency? You have your business like set up, you have all of the documentation associated with the business. My previous video, I talk about the documentation you need when registering your business, right? So once you have all of those documentation, your memorandum of incorporation, your BRILA certificate, your business license, your business like TIN number, your personal TIN number, the like TIN number is your tax identification number. Once you have all of those, you have the lease, because obviously you're like going to rent a place to do business. You have a lease agreement from the landlord. You have a bank account for the business. You would go to the migration office, or you can go through your lawyer like I did, and you can say, okay, I'm ready to apply for my residency, right? The lawyer gonna get all the documents submitted, right? Guys, the Ministry of Labor have to come to your business to do an inspection to make sure that, okay, you're up and running, you're doing business, right? Which is something I find kind of ironic, because you are paying taxes here for your business, or at least the government should know that you're doing business. But the Ministry of Labor has to come out and do an inspection to see, okay, this is what you're doing, your business is up and running, fine. Then the Ministry of Labor is going to write a report, and they're going to submit that report to migration, right? So for the Ministry of Labor to come out and inspect and do the report, whatever, from the $2,050, $1,000 goes to the Ministry of Labor, right? So once migration received the report from the Ministry of Labor, they're going to send it directly to migration, right? Once migration receive that report from the Ministry of Labor, they'll call you in, you go in, you complete the documentation, and the remaining $1,050 goes to migration. So once everything is on the up and up, you wait a few months. Hopefully by then they will call you in, and you will be issued your residency permit. Your residency permit, like I said earlier, guys, is only for 2 years. So after 2 years, you have to do this residency all over again. Now, if you are a family, like I said before, the $2,050 is for one person, right? So if you come here with your wife, it's going to be more. If you come here, your wife and kids or whatever, it's going to be more, guys. So these are the things that people don't really know, because they had not done any research. They did not get a consultation from a lawyer. They come to Tanzania, and then they find out, oh, I cannot just stay in Tanzania like that. I cannot just apply for residency in Tanzania like that. Okay, now Tanzania does not offer dual citizenship for its own citizens that live abroad. If you're going to take, for example, if you are in Europe or North America, whatever country, and you want citizenship of that country, you have to give up your Tanzanian citizenship. Tanzania does not offer dual citizenship to its own citizens, so you're not going to get citizenship here. Well, let me rephrase that. You could get citizenship here after being here, I think, for 17 years, right? But if you are a Canadian or an American, whatever, and you want Tanzanian citizenship, you have to give up your citizenship of your country. So this is something that you have to take into consideration to know, wow, do I want to give up my passport? Yeah. So it is not cheap to settle in Tanzania. It is expensive to settle in Tanzania. This is why I always say Tanzania is not for everyone. Although Tanzania is beautiful, although Tanzania gives you security and all that you may need to live in Africa. Yes, the electrical grid here is something that that is an issue, the roads or whatever. But you come to Africa, guys, you don't let little things like that traumatize you. Yeah, I have issues with the electric power system here, because I'm doing business, and the business that I'm doing, we rely on steady electrical power. So when we don't have it, it's an extra cost because you have to run generators, and that's eating to your profits, right? But like Tanzania give us what we need: a nice, stable, secure environment to live, to raise our kids, to thrive, or whatever. But it is not easy to remain here long term. It is not, guys. Even me, I have to exit Tanzania every 90 days. It's not cheap. Like take the bus to like Kenya or whatever, guys. It's not cheap, but I love this country so much. So for me, I don't. It's not an issue because I know how I feel. I know what Tanzania offers me, right? So, and you could say that I have the means that I can leave and come back, and yeah. So because of the love I have for this country, I sacrifice to remain here, right? So backing up again, guys, backing up. If you come here and you have the BV visa that allows you to do business here, once you're going through the like process to establish your business, you may not be ready to apply for residency as yet. The BV visa is for 90 days. So every 90 days, you have to pay $250 to like get a new visa. So you would have to leave the country and then like come back in every 90 days, and you still got to pay the $250, right? So you can do the math and say, okay, is it cheaper for me to get the residency permit? I think it is, because when I did the math, I realized, hey, I have to leave this country every 90 days. I have to apply for the visa every 90 days. So when I do the math, I think over the like 2 year period, I was saving, I think it was 1 month or like 2 months of the fee that I would pay for the visa, right? So these are all the things that you have to take into consideration when you come into Tanzania. Is Tanzania right for me, or should I look at another African country whereby I don't have to go through this exit every 90 days? In like Ghana, I think you only pay $100 and something, right? And you don't have to leave Ghana every 90 days or whatever. So in Rwanda, I think you have to leave Rwanda every 6 months. 6 months is way better than 90 days, and it's $100 and something also in Rwanda. The exact figure I don't have, but I believe when I last heard about it, it was $150 or 180, somewhere there. It was not even $200, right? So there are countries whereby it's a lot cheaper than here in Tanzania, but Tanzania offer me so much more that I don't mind sacrificing so that I can live the lifestyle that I want here. I love this country. I love the people of like Tanzania. I just love, for me, oh, Tanzania is it for me. Tanzania is my home. Unless they tell me you have to leave, I will still fight to stay here, but I don't see myself living here. Never say never, but I don't see myself living here. That for me, this is where I feel at home. This is where I feel comfortable, and this is where I want to be. So once again, guys, continue watching my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a like, guys, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, that I'll be able to bring you more of this wonderful content that I'm bringing you, and I'm helping you prepare for your trip to Africa. Peace and love, guys. Continue sharing with me. Bye for now. Hey guys, I am back. I missed a very important point in this video. Yes, when I talk about the Ministry of Labor having to like come out, and I talk about the like $1,000 that you have to pay to the Ministry of Labor, you also need a work permit. And the like purpose of having the Ministry of Labor involved and having the like Ministry of Labor come to your place of business, and the like $1,000 that you're paying to the Ministry of Labor, it's also to issue you with a work permit, because you're going to be doing business here as an immigrant. Yeah, as an immigrant, you would need a work permit. So the work permit is issued by the Ministry of Labor. So that's why the Ministry of Labor has to get involved. I missed that important part. This is very important when I talk about the Ministry of Labor. So I missed that part. So I just wanted to do an addition to the video to explain the like process of the Ministry of Labor and the fee that you are paying to the Ministry of Labor, what it entails. So that's the purpose of the Ministry of Labor being involved. Thank you.